Hi, today I'm just going to simply talk about the activity-based costing and the difference between the ABC and the TCA. So, what exactly is the activity-based costing? Let's just say some costs are different to assess through this method of the cost accounting. Indirect costs such as management and office staff salary are sometimes difficult to assess to a particular product produced. For this reason, this method has found its niche in a manufacturing sector. So, what exactly is the difference between the ABC and the TCA? I could simply say that the activity-based costing is complicated and the traditional costing accounting is simple. Let me just give you an example. Imagine you have a small shop selling cupcakes and sushi, and this month you sell 100 cupcakes and 100 sushi for a total of 200 items. What if at the end of month you have electric power about $200? How will you divide the electric bills between the cupcakes and sushi? Well, the $200 divided by 200 items equal $1 in electric power for each cupcake or sushi sold. But what if you use 3 kilowatt hours electric power to make one sushi but only use 1 kilowatt hour of electric power to make one cupcake? Is it still fair to write down $1 of electric power for one cupcake and $1 for sushi? We should write down a bigger electric power cost for the sushi. This is where activity-based costing is different from the traditional costing, just divide some type of cost equally between different items. And actually, electric bills are also, there are also like telephone bills, internet usage, rent, salaries, and others. And activity-based costing found is a way to divide or allocate this cost more proportionally or fairly. And we can write down a higher cost for item or product which use more of the stuff relevant. To now we should know that to write down a higher electric power cost for sushi than for cupcake. As a result, this might cause us to sell our sushi at a higher price. And of course, electric power is not the only cost in the making sushi and cupcakes. Therefore, we have to think about the other costs as well as before making our final pricing decision. So just simply look at this diagram here. That we should know ABC provide a way to allocate costs more accurately when overhead cost is not inaccurate at the same rate as direct labor dollar. The more activity identified, the more complex the costing system becomes. While this approach may result in some allocation being arbitrary, using ABC does provide a more accurate estimate of costs for use in making management decisions. So, the three things that we should know is the first, in traditional cost accounting, it is assumed that the cost object consume resources, whereas in ABC it is assumed that cost object consume activities. The second is traditional cost accounting mostly utilize volume-related allocate-based, while ABC use drivers at the various level. The last thing is traditional cost accounting is structure-oriented, whereas ABC is process-oriented. So this is my explanation. Thank you.